All right, we are live here at Bull Shooter in Tampa, Florida. Myself, Gordon Dixon, here with DJ Sayer.
Howdy.
We are remote. So as we get this match started, we've got Seth Merrow facing off against Brandon Mosley. I am actually in the comfort of my office in Ostrander, Ohio. DJ down on the lake in his boxers. Coming to you live to bring you the darting action. So we are working through. Obviously, this is our first test with this remote session and commentary. So please give us your feedback. Let us know how the sounds are, how they line up as we start talking about the darting action, because all of that will be great feedback for us to make this better as we move forward. As we see Seth here trying to take this first leg here from the 2-hole.
Yeah, so we're playing the Pro 501 singles. As you can tell by the colors of the board, it is on the 13-inch board. So smaller targets, going to be a little tougher to pound in those big shots, but these are all pro qualified players, so should be a fun day of darts. We are following along with the chat, so please interact with us. We if anything's wrong, let us know.
Yeah, this is exciting. I was glad to be given the opportunity here to try this kind of format. And as DJ alluded to, we are on that much smaller 13-inch board. So I think these players probably used to averaging in the 4, maybe up to the 5.5 marks per turn. And I'd probably say at least take a mark and a half off of that on average. I think if we follow the event throughout the day, we'll probably see some tipping into that 4.5, 5. But on average, we'll be a little bit lower than that on this particular board.
Yeah, we talk about on the 15-inch board that it's really about who can hit the most triples, but on this board it really comes down to who doesn't miss the singles. If you're staying 3 solid every time and then you catch those triples, that'll push you up into that 3.5 mark that we're seeing Seth at right now, and as you can tell, he's got a decent sized lead here.
Yeah, as Rod Harrington would say on the Steel Tip 501 side, don't miss the big number.
This is leg number 1. I know we jumped in a couple rounds into it. I believe this is the second round of the pro singles. So both
Yes.
Both players.
Yeah, we are. Again, this is basically our first run through with this setup. So all of this is new to us. We do plan on obviously adding in the scoreboard and everything else along with it. But we were to a point where we at least had audio, so we wanted to start bringing you the action and start working out some of the nuanced kinks that undoubtedly we'll have.
Seth putting in the 2 corners, taking a commanding lead in this leg.
Yeah, great shot there. Brandon just not having the firepower here to hang on to this start.
Yeah, he started good on the 20s, but after Seth was able to take those away, it was kind of all downhill.
There it is, the first leg. However,
and
tough.
As you called it, as you called it, exactly a 3.5 average. So that's probably going to be the mark to really be consistent throughout this event.
Yeah, tough format. So that was a break of throw, as in Seth did go second, um, but but loser goes first. So he'll be coming from behind again here in the second leg, straight into those triples. I like that aggressive start after winning that first leg.
Brandon gonna slide over, try to get a clean look at that triple 20. It's already so small with a dart blocking it. Not a lot of room at all. Only gonna come away with 2 singles. And again, that targeted aggression you were talking about, even down 2 points, Seth electing to take away the 20. I have to agree with that shot.
Yeah, up a leg. I mean, all signs point to trying to close this out as quickly as possible.
Well, and I'm sure he's familiar with Brandon enough to know that Brandon's a good player, only averaging 1.67 right now, and only averaged a 1.5 the leg prior. If Seth is thinking this through, you kind of want to capitalize on your opponent being in a bad spell. So you try to shorten the game, don't give him enough time to snap out of it, and try to beat him as quickly as possible.
Uninteresting darts. We hate them as commentators sometimes, and obviously as viewers. But you're exactly right. As a player, that is certainly the objective.
Oh, a loose third there is you only needed a single to really take control. So Brandon will still have the 18s coming up.
Yeah, an opportunity two triple turn here could turn the tide. It's not going to do it. Given the position he was in, I don't know. Maybe even taking a shot at that 19 at that stage.
Yeah, it really comes down to having the bigger number. A lot of times, if you are able to take away their number, even down in score, they will more than likely move to the next best number, which in this case would have been the 17s rather than the 19.
So here we see that opportunity. Oh,
He stayed there.
Yeah, it doesn't even take a shot. And talking about mindset, I would think that Brandon knows that he's definitely low right now, and would want to shorten that game on his side as well.
Well, and unless he's thinking that the numbers will come true, and he's wanting to extend the game to give himself enough time to kind of snap out of it.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know how familiar either of these players are with one another. So very true. He may be trying to extend this game. There we see a big last dart triple and finds another 19. So it's going to take a big 6 or 7 mark here, and a poor follow to really turn this leg for Brandon. Oh, and he's only going to find 116. So Seth should step in here.
Well, we saw him in leg number 1. He was able to close both the 16 and 15 in one shot, and he almost pulls it off again. And once again, right at that 3.5 mark. So Seth seems to be playing pretty well this morning. I guess for afternoon. Feels like morning.
Take a chunk out of that bowl, and there it is. So looking like 2 straight here for Seth Morrow.
Yeah, very steady. I mean, not a lot that that you can point at that you did wrong. Pretty pretty solid all the way through both of these legs. All he needs is two bulls to clean it up and get her done and move on.
A little frustrated there, missing the bullseye. Oh, and a sloppy third. But shouldn't be anything hurt here. Will take some doing here from Brandon, but he can't pressurize with a couple of double bulls here.
Well, and honestly, he has game look if he was able to hit a double bull at the first start. Instead, he'll elect to stay there. So he does manage to take the point lead.
Seth really not doing himself any favors.
Oh, that's a big second dart.
Oh, it's such a
Oh, and he gets
triple
a
19.
fallout as well. Went back at the bull with his third for the win. Still hit a single 19.
Yeah, big shot there. Brandon needs a double now. Doesn't find it. So one bull now for Seth to take this second round pro singles matchup. And just a little, he seemed like he knew that those were going to go in and never actually threw them.
Well, I mean, we've all been kind of guilty of relaxing a little too much, taking it for granted and just thinking they're going to go in, only need one bull. So Brandon now a decision to make. I would actually go with the triple 19 here.
Yep, completely agree. Get that tough one.
If you hit it, you know you only need a single to win. If you miss it, you go right back to that bull.
I feel like a rushed third dart there, but the right order. So, again, oh, and Seth. Oh, with another big triple 19.
Yeah, we were kind of writing this leg off, and Brandon certainly made him work for it.
Yeah, Seth's not doing himself any favors, but Brandon's stepping in and pressurizing.
Oh, but that'll probably do it right there. It's Seth once again going to have 3 darts for the bullseye for the win. And there it is. So your winner in this one, 2 straight, Seth Mero. Unfortunately for Brandon Mosley, he will move into the losers bracket where he have to battle his way back. It is best 2 out of 3 on the loser side as well. So not the longest of formats, but certainly we've seen shorter. I know when the attendance numbers are real high, a lot of times it'll be one game in the loser side, but thankfully for Brandon, that's not the case today. So yeah, we're 1 match in. So far, everything seems to be running pretty well. The stream is going good. For those of you watching, looks like we're already over 300 people. If you could, actually, we're closing in on 400. If you could go ahead and hit the like and share for us, get this out there, let everybody know that we are live.
Yeah, greatly appreciate everybody jumping in here. Haven't seen anything talking about sound quality or being able to hear us, which is excellent. That's the sign of a good test at this point. So we will work with the Bull Shooter crew down there in Tampa to get us another match as soon as possible. Like and share, and we will be back very shortly. Yep. Now we're still recording, so I think anything that we actually I don't know that. I think this is all that's getting recorded. All right, we are back fairly quickly. We've
Yes,
got
not a lot of warm up. The players right to business. They got to the board, warmed, took a couple of darts, and they've already corked and started. So we've got Dustin Holt taking on Cole Butler, otherwise known as Popeye.
and again, I think a second round matchup for these two in the winners bracket. Dustin already with a pretty good start, both averaging fairly well here at the start of this. I know in the last match we were talking about attendance. I believe literally every single event except for maybe one of the ladies or two of the ladies yesterday maxed out at 128. So
Real.
they even had a triples bracket, from my understanding.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Honestly, I think dart players in general are pretty starved for tournaments right now with the whole COVID situation and just not a whole lot of travel to be done. That everybody's wanting to get back out there and get those competitive juices flowing again. Um, I'd be interested to know how many's in the pro singles because that's honestly the event that usually takes the biggest hit when it comes to attendance numbers. Just because one, you have to be well, you don't have to be. Anybody can play in the pro singles, but typically, if you have the option not to play in the pro, unless you're on that level, you're probably not going to take a stab at it. And there's just less players at that caliber.
So here we have Dustin stepping up.
Yeah, putting in a great leg. I mean, 4.4. Yeah, I know Dustin to be a Team America representative on the Chicago Bullshooter finale team quite a few years. Played internationally a good bit. Dustin, a heck of a player, but even he, I think, would tell you that 4.4 on this little board is more than acceptable.
Yeah, going first, that's gonna win you a heck of a lot of open legs. Never seen him close it out. Drops all the way down to a 4. But Cole gonna have the opportunity to start his campaign there.
Ooh, and that could hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't close the 20s. Could spell trouble straight away.
For an opportunity early on in leg number 2 for Dustin to really take control of this match. It is best 2 out of 3, but only putting in 3 singles. So here's
Honestly,
here's a spot. Sorry, where where do you normally go with this first start, Gordon?
I from here it's got to be at the 19s, for me, just because even if you're only going to hit 4 marks, let's say you get the treble 19 and then you gag one at the 19 and then close the 20, I still think you're in a better spot. But on this board, I don't know if you have the confidence in that closing, but we see it's going to pay off here, at least hypothetically for Cole.
Yeah, it worked out. I actually like a an alternative to starting with the 19s. I don't fault the 19s at all. But after he took the 20 with the first start, I almost like the switch to the 18s for no other reason than it doesn't force you to have to hit a triple. You put in 2 singles, you make your opponent think, do they want to follow you at the 18 or stay on the 19?
Well, and let's continue that example. Would you then follow? What would you do? Would you follow to that 18, or would
I
you go
would.
down to the 19?
No, if my opponent puts an X on the 18, I'm gonna go with the 18. So by doing that, Cole actually gives him the possibility of ending up with the bigger number.
Yep. Nope. I agree. I would follow the X as well. But we see Dustin continuing to score well, and Cole um, just not finding the firepower to stay with him here, even with the start.
No, Dustin really clinical early on. I mean, once again, a 3.75. I think we're fair to say that 3.5 mark is probably the borderline. Anything above that, you're going to be pleased. So, Dustin playing well.
Yeah, I know Dustin holds himself to a very high standard, so I'm sure he would be able to pick this performance apart. Um, but certainly hitting the numbers when he needs to, early on in this tournament so far.
And Cole was able to take the point lead. At least makes Dustin think about this shot. Well, it seemed to work. So Cole keeping himself in it. He's going to need some big shots, but definitely has a chance.
You see that little hop from Cole get a little bit more pronounced as the pressure comes on here.
Dustin going to put in a big shot there, scoring and closing the 16s, taking a 36-point lead and 3 numbers into the bullseye.
Yeah, really just going to leave a shootout here on the bullseyes that was always going to be difficult to win. So 3 away here for Dustin to take this match 2 straight. Oh, and after the double bull, unable to find the single.
Bull, though, going to be unable to do enough to take the point lead. So Dustin now 3 clear for 1 bullseye.
There it is, your winner, Dustin Holt, in this second round matchup, winning 2 straight against Cole Butler. Again, we're going to try to get you a match as soon as possible. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. Like and share. Give us some feedback if you've got any on the quality here. We are doing some testing. Myself live from Ostrander, Ohio, DJ down on the lake. Stick around. We'll be back. All right, we're here for a diddle between Brandon Asado and Ian Hansen. As we get ready for this next matchup in the pro singles down here in Tampa, Florida.
Brandon looked to be a little high, so Ian will have the start. A loving hug to start.
Yes, the embrace before the battle.
The bro hug. And we're off. So yeah, we're running pretty smooth here this morning. I don't know if it's you and me, but the match is really flowing.
I don't know who else to give credit to. So clearly doing a good job feeding them in here. Again, we are testing some remote commentary here for the matches. As we see Brandon with a little bit of a slack start here. So early doors an opportunity for Ian. So like and share the feed. Let us know what you're hearing. Make sure we've got good feedback here. We can make some improvements.
Ian's
really
starting
jumping all over
pretty
that.
well here. Putting in a 5 mark. Oh, but Brandon's going to fire back. Big 7 mark on the 18s there to take the point lead.
Yeah, really making the most of that turnaround from that 2 mark open. Both these players very experienced. Will be very familiar with one another. Brandon finds another big treble 18 on his last dart. Turning this whole leg around.
At 20s. Brandon, just the back and forth so far. Answer with a pile of 18s.
Yeah, really getting into the meat of this leg now.
Yeah, so far through 4 legs on the day, I mean, we've just seen a couple of 2-0 whitewashes, and they seem to be pretty one-sided in both matches. But this one, early doors, has the makings of a real battle.
Yeah, and again, because of the format, Ian going to have an opportunity, even if he loses this leg, to start again. So a little slow on the start from his side.
Couple of 18s to shut her down. Oh, and we talked about it, the importance of hitting the single, but he's able to pull it out with a triple on the 3rd dart.
Great last dart.
I mean, if you're going to miss the singles, you're going to have to hit triples. And so far, Ian doing the job.
So again, great battle here between Ian Hansen and Brandon Asado. This is the first leg for those of you just joining. Another big final dart, treble 20. Not a lot of options for Brandon here. Needs to step over and try to find that treble 17. He is able to find it on the 3rd dart.
So we see Brandon here coming to the board. Down 21 points and going to need to find a number. Oh, and he elects to go bullseye. We don't often see this in soft tip darts as much as we do in steel tip. I'm sure a lot of players will be wondering why, but when you really get down to it, the single bull being worth 25, with the size of these triples, it's almost a better play, or could potentially be a better play, as long as you can keep a tight grouping that you're scoring more than the 15s or the 16s by going to the bull.
Yeah, and we see Ian there elect to try to protect that 20.
Smart.
He's
And you
not
see
going to be
Brandon
able
want to
to.
take it away. So yeah, now I think Brandon's perfectly comfortable battling with the bullseye against the 15s. I doubt he was comfortable battling against that 20.
Yeah, by electing to go to that bullseye. Oh, and a good fallout there for Ian as he's able to find another 15. See how aggressive Brandon chooses to be here.
Surprisingly, really aggressive. Given the way he was hitting the bull, I would have kind of expected him to build a lead on it, make himself comfortable enough to actually take a good stab at the 15 and 16 at the same time.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. The order of those darts is what surprises me. Thought we'd see two at the bullseye, and if you found two bullseyes, then maybe take a stab at it. Ian only able to chip away with two more 15s.
Brandon once again able to find double bull, 3 of them total. So a 49-point lead for Brandon. Ian right back into that triple. Stay there. He does. So 75 points exchanged on that round.
And just to point out, we keep talking about that 3.5 to 4 marks level. Here we see both players at it and really seeing a great battle.
And honestly, it's a testament for Brandon, because I mean he's doing it on the bull. When you actually get down to the numbers of it, three bullseyes, so a 3.0 is equal to the 5.0 for Ian, because he's only scoring 15 points a mark. But he's not hitting 5; he's hitting 6.
Yeah, a pile of 15s there. Just continuing to put that bull pressure.
Oh, and the first slack turn we've seen on the bull from Brandon. So Ian now with a little bit of a cushion, does he elect to try to take the bullseye?
Probably see him start there. High in the bed. He likes it.
Great shot there from Ian, shutting him down. Brandon does have a 3-dart finish. He's going to need a couple of triple 16s. Actually, he only needs 4 to get a look.
Oh, we could see it. Oh, and a rush second.
Well, and you have to wonder if he should have just slowed down a little bit, because it did look like he threw that second dart really quick.
Yeah, I thought he threw with the other hand.
So 3 singles now for Ian to take the 16s and the first leg.
Just wants to stay straight.
Oh, my.
Wow.
So a gift here for Brandon, who's only going to need 2 15s.
After a great back and forth.
Yeah, honestly, a real good leg. You hate to see it kind of end that way. Because both players probably deserve to get a win on that leg, given the way they played. But unfortunately for Ian, it is Brandon that takes leg number 1. But Ian will have the start in leg number 2. This is best 2 out of 3. It is loser starts. That's why Ian will have the start once again.
Yeah, we talked about it after a little bit of a slow start for both players. That even if Ian did lose that first leg, that he would have the ability to start again. So I think surprising to everyone that he has to utilize that, but already an opening.
Brandon really blocked. I think the single's really important here. Well, looks like he might have went into triple, but made sure he got a single. I don't even know if I would have risked it.
Oh, and Ian really struggling after not being able to close out that first leg with 3/16. Essentially giving the darts over to Brandon here in the second leg.
You see a little bit of a crowd building back there as well. Both these players pretty good following. Seeing a lot of go Brandon and go Ian in the chat.
Brandon wisely kind of defending that 19 before taking a shot at the 18.
Big third there for Ian.
I was just about to say that the trebles had dried up for Ian, but ended up finding one there.
Yeah, you mentioned it. The last leg probably wore on Ian there to start this one. But I don't think Brandon's really punished too much to the point that he's kind of let Ian work himself back into this leg and almost have a short memory, forgetting about that first leg.
Yeah, could be a turning point shot here. Depends on how aggressive Ian's going to be. It looks like he's going to stay at that 18. Is battling with the smaller number, but Brandon going to need to stay straight. Ian deciding to start chipping away. Both players now kind of feeling the second leg pressure here. About a full mark and a half off of their average from the first leg.
Yeah, it's just back and forth right now. No, neither player really hitting that big triple that kind of gives them the relief with their first start to be able to take away the other player's number. There it is. So Ian now look down at the 19.
No gimme with Ian with singles. Brandon pacing back and forth, trying to find an opening.
And he likes to move off screen all the way to the right. And it looks like he comes away with a 2. So unable to find a path. Ian now will need at minimum close the 17s. Big first start there. Now he can really build a lead. And electing to go bullseye. I like this. After the last game where Brandon really worked himself back into it on the bull, try to take him away as early as possible. Good strategy there from Ian. And interestingly enough, this time, Brandon not electing to go bull. So keeping us on our toes is Brandon Asado.
Yeah, maybe now that Ian's one dart away from closing that bull, he's less comfortable trying to mount his fight there. Nothing in it in the averages. And something that we haven't talked about yet is the closer those averages are, the more that favors that starting player.
Brandon up by 5 points is going to take away the 17s and the 18s, plus add 16 points. So an interesting third dart there from Ian on his last turn, electing to go the bullseye instead of staying on the score and making sure that he got the point lead. He kind of allowed Brandon to have that easy 3-single shot. Wouldn't be surprised to see Brandon go 15th here, build a 2-number lead, or take the bullseye.
So Ian really pigeonholing himself into this bullseye fight.
But again, with the size of the bull compared to the size of the triples, it's kind of a fair battle.
And I like that too. He follows the fall out into the 15, potentially taking another number.
Brandon going to try to add to his score, build that point lead by 32 more points. But now Ian with a 3-dart finish here. He's going to need 4 15s and a triple 16.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if we start to see.
Oh, he's going to try to take away the 16. Well, he
And
did
he
it.
does.
Great shot there from Ian. He
Wow.
leaves his phone on a 3-dart finish. But if the 3 darts doesn't go away, at minimum, he's only going to need 2 bulls or 3 15s.
Well, and the finish is off.
So 2 bullseyes. We'll see how much pressure Brandon can put on here.
The most.
A lot of pressure.
The most amount of pressure. Great last start there. See him throw his hands up.
So 2 bulls to 1 bull. Ian stepping to the board needing a 2 to tie us up at 1 leg apiece.
High in the bed. Oh, and he finds them this time. So Ian finding the 2 bulls. So 1 apiece here in this men's singles pro match down at Tampa Bull Shooter. We're going to get another cork.
Yeah, so the players will throw for the center of the board. Side into the 6. So Brandon Asado will actually get the opportunity to start for the first time in this match. Our first rubber leg so far today.
Yeah, Brandon wanted to start back before any niceties. So both players been a little iffy here at the beginning of legs. Brandon with a solid start.
Ian electing to try to take it away. Very surprised by this strategy.
You see a bit of a shake of the head as Ian flatlines on his opening shot. Brandon should come down to these 19s. He's going to stay. Brandon doing everything. Yeah. What do I know? Ends up taking the 20 extra points and closing the 19s. So Ian really up against it here. essentially following second after a 7-mark open, given the 2 opening shots from Brandon and the flat line. But he does reel back 5/18s.
And once again, we've got a battle. So Ian will have the 18s, and Brandon has both the 20 and 19.
Yeah, both players seem to have put themselves in the same position each leg, just in much different ways each time. Ian definitely the most sporadic out of the two.
Yeah, I would say Brandon's been the more consistent player, but Ian certainly worked himself into opportunities in every leg. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't hit a couple of big shots here and at one point seemed to give himself a shout.
Well, and trebles on this board is such a commodity. It's just not able to even find the singles right now.
Brandon doing the wise thing, taking away the 18 and adding 20 to his score, forcing Ian to go down to an even smaller number in the 17s. Once again, putting in 5.
Brandon looking relaxed. Those darts are coming out of his hand pretty quickly at this point.
No real reason not to be. I mean, he does have the 2 biggest numbers on the board plus the point lead. He's going to play smart and make sure he continues to put in the points, protecting that 20. Only going to come away with 2 marks, though.
So here's that opening that we continue to see Ian get. It's going to take a big shot again.
Brandon going to take away that 17 smartly after getting 19 points. Does something that we probably don't see enough of. Although he's been going at the 20 the entire time, because he had the 19, which is right next door to the 17, he elects to go at the 19 with his first start, kind of the same height on the board as the 17, an easy transition after that first start.
Yeah, definitely a wise choice in that situation, because they're basically the same dart. You're just moving over a couple of inches
really,
as far as height.
It's really something I probably myself don't do enough of. I kind of get stuck in a pattern of throwing at the biggest number, just for sheer fact of I don't want to lose any points with a triple. But really, the wisest shot, as it is just an easy transition. And Ian once again going for those bull. And this time, Brandon going to try to take him away.
In a good spot too, because Ian's going to need 3 of them. So no chance to take the point lead and close Brandon out. Does find 3, but driver's seat still for Brandon Asado. And again, just they look rushed to me. I know they're relaxed, but it just seemed rushed.
Ian going to keep the pressure on. He gets the point lead, trying to take away that 20. And once again, we see Ian miss the big number, only needing a single.
Yeah, really a tale of singles here for Ian Hansen. But his scoring number still in play. I think I think I think he's thanking Brandon, saying, "I did the same thing." But now a much more dangerous position. See if he still wants that 20.
And once again, misses into the 1.
Aiming at the treble. This is one of those where picking your spot can make all the difference.
And Brandon going to find a triple 20, but can't close the bull with 2 darts.
Ian probably a little unlucky to not have found a double bull in any of these. But
or
here,
a good fallout. I mean, he hasn't even been able to miss the bullseye into the 20 or the 19 at all. Oh, and Brandon gets a look at the game.
Yeah, wire away from finishing it in style.
So it's going to take a massive shot here for Ian. Going to need at least 2 triples just to deny Brandon the 2 single opportunity.
Doesn't do it. So just like the first leg, 2 single 15s here for Brandon Asado to take this match 2-0, or I'm sorry, 2-1.
Wow. And Brandon doing what Ian did the first leg, missing a single for the win. A much more comfortable spot here for Brandon, though.
Yeah. Ian not walking up behind with needing only 2 15s himself. Can continue to pressurize, but really,
he's still going to need Brandon to miss no matter what he does here.
So Brandon will need a treble.
I would not be surprised if this 15 doesn't go away no matter what. Surely now. So Brandon does find the triple 20 and the single 15 to close it out, taking the match 2-1. So your winner in this one, Brandon Asado. Unfortunately for Ian Hansen, he will move into the loser's side. And we will be right back as soon as we have another match.
Like and share, like and share. You're with Gordon Dixon and DJ Sayer down in Tampa, Florida for the Bull Shooter Regional. Coming back. All right, we are back in Edit, Kissimmee, Florida, not Tampa. I can make that mistake because I'm actually 6 million miles away from there.
So just as an update for everybody, the last match that we saw, Brandon Asado against Ian Hansen, was a semifinal match of the winner's side. So Brandon will now take on Seth Mero in the King Seat match. And this is a loser side match. We've got Jesse Gore taking on Vaughn. Not sure of Vaughn's last name or if that's his first name. But yeah, if you know in the chat, please let us know. I'm unfamiliar with Vaughn. We did see Jesse yesterday in the doubles. He and partner Brian Dennis taking home the title. Not sure of Vaughn's last name. Jesse, the one here coming to the board. Yeah, if you know in the chat, please let us know. I'm unfamiliar with Vaughn. We did see Jesse yesterday in the doubles. He and partner Brian Dennis taking home the title. Jesse, the one here coming to the board. Vaughn with the 20s here. Going to look to extend that lead. Looking down, only a single 19. So early doors, Vaughn a little bit of a lead after a slow start from Jesse. It looks like the winner of this one will be taking on Chris Cherry in the 7th, 8th place match. As this is a loser side match. So yeah, the bracket moving right along here in the pro singles.
Jesse trying to maintain that start here. Both players averaging quite well.
I'm told Vaughn's last name is Pinkins. So Vaughn Pinkins here at the board.
Big 7-mark shot there from Jesse. Quick tap of the hands. Vaughn really going to have to do some work and get some help at this point. There's some of the work. Can he get the help?
So just to recap on who these players lost to, it looks like Jesse, this is his first match in the losers bracket after losing to Ian Hansen in the third round of the winner's side, right before Ian took on Brandon. And Vaughn, losing his first match against Dan Burke, has been battling on the loser side, having already beat Jim Widmere, James Boone, and now taking on Jesse.
So quite the bracket down there in Kissimmee.
Yeah, I honestly, I have to admit, I didn't realize that Jim Widmere was even in attendance. I know he is very much predominantly a still tip player, but this board having the smaller segments kind of should, I don't want to say benefit the still tip player, but should make the still tip player a little more comfortable than playing on the big triples.
Yeah, I know Jim, obviously a Florida resident now after retiring from the New York area.
Is that official? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so news to me. So Florida, as a whole, just keeps getting better and better with dart players. Vaughn trying to battle back on the bull, but not going to give you enough. As Jesse coming, only needing one to take leg number one, and there it is. So leg number one to Jesse. Yeah, I mean, just to go through some of the names that are already eliminated. I mean, you've got Kenny Doyle, Jim Widmer. I know I'm going to leave some people out, but sorry, Jason Davidson, Popeye, a lot of good players.
See the opening straight away here from Vaughn. Jesse takes not full advantage, but certainly enough of an advantage that really needs to claw his way back here.
Jesse going to look to capitalize on the slow start from Vaughn. And he's going to put in a 5 mark. So Jesse, back-to-back 5 marks to open the second leg.
And again, we were talking earlier about shooting the 19 when you have the 17 open or vice versa. And there we see Jesse shooting up at that 18 with a little bit easier of a switch.
Well, I think Jesse's just playing the old push ahead strategy here, electing to make sure that he's throwing at open triples, maximizing the marks.
Well, and at averaging a five a turn on this board, it's tough to fault him.
And a forced air there as Vaughn going to come away with a window. Jesse really comfortable now. Shutting that 19 down. Looked at the bull, missed. But a 3 number and 2-point lead for Jesse. Vaughn's got a lot of work to do here if he wants to stay alive.
Yeah, really the same thing for Vaughn. Needs to do some work and get some help, and it doesn't look like he's going to do either on that turn. Jesse not seeming like he's in the mood to help.
And it sounds like following this match, we're gonna have Dan Burke and Brandon Mosley, another loser side match. Once again, Jesse not taking away the number, instead trying to pigeonhole Vaughn into one number. We do appreciate everybody joining us here on our feed. Coming to you live from Kissimmee, Florida. Still not taking the 16.
I mean, really not in any danger, but I just don't understand the kind of playing with fire.
It's almost as if Jesse is like a cat playing with a bug that he caught, and he's just swatting it around rather than putting it out of its misery. And there he finally does. and puts in a triple 17. So stranglehold on this leg and match for Jesse.
Yeah, Vaughn now relegated to that bullseye. Unable to find him. Expect Jesse here to close this out.
Jesse kind of balked, waiting for the board to change. May have thrown him off his rhythm as he's only able to hit one.
Yeah, an extra pump there at the beginning of that turn.
Both these players are real, like, rat-a-tat-tat pace. Back and forth.
Yeah, very easy to watch. Again, Jesse only able to find one, so.
Well, I'm going to need at least 4 here. And even that may not be enough.
Still has an opportunity. And only going to find 3. So 1 now for Jesse. Take this match 2 straight.
There it is. So your winner in this one, moving on, is Jesse Gore. Unfortunately for Vaughn Pinkins, he will be eliminated in 7th, 8th place.
And as soon as our next set of players are ready to go, we will be back live with you. Stick around.
Okay, we are back. We've got Dan Burke and Brandon Mosley. It looks like they're getting ready to cork. Dan with a really good dart there. Okay, we are back. We've got Dan Burke and Brandon Mosley. It looks like they're getting ready to cork. Dan with a really good dart there. Okay, we are back. We've got Dan Burke. All right. So this again is a 7th-8th match. On the top section of the loser side, we just saw Jesse Gore beat Jesse Vaughn in the 9th-12th. Excuse me. So this being a 7th-8th, the winner of this will take on Ian Hansen. This is a loser side match, still best 2 out of 3. Dan Burke with the start, and he opens with 420s.
Yeah, and if you've been with us since the beginning, you'll remember Brandon, who did lose in our first stream match to the Dart Slayer, who is still rolling, playing the king seat, I believe, on the winner's side.
Yes, he will be taking on Brandon Asado right here on the feed to come up very shortly. But in the meantime, these two battling for their tournament life.
So far, just kind of steady darts. From both these players. Dan going to want to take full advantage of getting the start here. Finding 420s.
Good third there from Brandon to pull back within 9 points.
Yeah, decent standard, just nothing flashy thus far. Dan going to get a little aggressive here. Taking a whack at that 18. And coming up dry. So only a 2 mark on the cards there for Dan Burke.
Brandon gonna hit our first 9 mark of the day on the stream. Pile of 18s and a triple 20 to take it away. Big shot. Completely swinging the leg.
And you saw the nodding of Dan as each of those darts went in over his shoulder. Probably not necessarily in approval, but in understanding.
Brandon gonna play it safe, make sure he closes the 17s, putting in 3 singles.
Yeah, staying straight, putting the pressure of triples back onto on Dan here.
Dan is able to find a triple 15 with his last start. Still trailing by 30 points, however, so Brandon will come to the board with the lead.
You see him elect to do the same thing initially trying to stay straight. Just close out that 15. Quickly move into the 18 to score some points.
Here comes Dan. Not sure about that second dart. First dart right into the triple 15. Looks like he may have been trying to take the 16.
Yeah, kind of an odd spot given how the legs played thus far.
Another single 15 would have taken the point lead.
Now, interesting position here because a triple will give him the point lead and then 2 18s to turn that pressure. So there's the treble 15. Will he move? He does. So again, 5 mark here does put the triple pressure back on Brandon. And that's the kind of dart. That's the kind of dart that I was expecting from Ian earlier when he kept trying to close that 20. The biggest, fattest 18 you could have thrown there from Dan Burke.
Well, and you almost wonder, Dan dropped his third dart, and rather than just pick it up and chuck it, he actually took the time to reset, refocus, and make sure that he put in that single 18. So a smart play there from Dan, taking the lead back in this leg. A leg where Brandon Mosley put in our first 9 mark. But a slack first start there from Dan. Oh, and he's going to stay on the 16.
And throws out a double.
Only going to come away with 2 singles. So 3 singles now for Brandon will take the point lead and close the 15.
Do not like that shot selection at all. Should see a big fat 15, and there it is.
The good news for Dan, he does still have a 3-dart finish. It's going to require 2 double bulls, however. And they're going to talk about it.
I think they're doing our job right now.
But hey, I didn't like your shot selection. Well, I punished you. So 3 bulls to 3 bulls now. Brandon Mosley at the board first.
And honestly, I put this leg as Mosley's to lose. So this is a steal, and Dan's really going to feel one way or the other, not too fazed by this first leg.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think both players have a right to be mad about losing this leg. Because Dan was actually able to regain the lead after the 9 mark. But when the 9 mark went in, I mean, Brandon clearly the favorite. So I think either one of these players will feel like they let this one get away. And that will reside with Dan because Brandon Mosley takes leg number 1. And you see him kind of throw his hands up there in the background.
Yeah, definitely more of a dejected response than I was expecting from Dan. But again, with the start, good opportunity here to fire in. Yeah, body language not good from Dan Burke here in the second leg starting out.
No, but still able to put in 420s. Brandon not gonna punish as he only puts in 219.
Odd leg.
And these players must be really familiar with each other as well. I mean, there's a lot of back and forth chatter. Um, just I don't know. It felt like we were really going to get a bang bang big triple match, and it's been a bit slower of a pace and not quite the adrenaline rushed affair I was expecting.
No, yeah, completely agree. Um, Obviously, don't want to take anything away from either player, but it just doesn't seem like anybody has the grit to really try to take this thing.
I would wager to say that if we get to leg three, we're going to see a completely different, um, just overall mentality from both of these two.
Yeah, a lot less in between shot banter and just the body language. But Dan's gonna have to do something to get there. You see a big 6 mark rattle in there for Brandon. And again, down in points. I think that may have been because of the lie. Dan leaves the 20, trying to take that 18 away. So now clear shot at the 20 if Brandon wants it. And he does. There's our second 9 mark of the day. Both coming in the same match. Dan Burke with one, Brandon Mosley with one. And there's that steely-eyed conviction I was looking for from Dan Burke for pretty much this entire match.
Well, and you saw what it did to Brandon Mosley as well. I mean, he kind of took his time there, refocused, and addressed the board with a little bit more oomph. It only equates to two singles, but definitely more of a focused look on his face.
Nice big fat 18. You see a shake of the head, but job done for Dan Burke, reestablishing the lead in this leg. Tournament life on the line as he is down 1-0 here against Brandon Mosley. Brandon just chipping away there. So we'll see how aggressive Dan wants to be here, back against the wall. I do like this shot, taking the other number. Has both larger numbers and the point lead now.
Yeah, we've seen Brandon put in a 9 mark already this match, though. He's going to need another one if he wants to take the point lead in both numbers. Not going to happen. He is going to take the point lead. Looking like he's wanting a clear path to that triple 15. Slides 3 feet to the right.
Yeah, down 2 numbers. He wasn't going to take a shot there in that position. But pressure back on Dan. my smooth 5 mark.
Brandon unrelinquishing this leg. He puts in 7/15s.
And now we got a little bit of concentration between these two. Dan needs to find the treble and shoots at the double 15. Don't do that. Brandon now try to take the big one away. That I can assure you was not at the double 17. Just a dropped dart there. Dan's still in a decent position.
Brandon really banking on Dan to miss there with that strategy. And Brandon seemed to be correct as Dan does oblige, only putting in 2/16s. Brandon again is up one leg in this match, first to 2. So a must-win leg for Dan.
Brandon, I can only imagine, gonna take a shot at this 16 here.
Yeah, real poor dart there as he's closer to the 19 than he is the 16. So Dan will have the 16 to score on. Trailing by 53 points. He's going to need at least 4 for the lead.
Ooh, 2 good darts on it. Unable to find it, so fairly straightforward shot. Maybe a different strategy on the 15-inch board and more shots at doubles.
So 3 singles now give Dan control of this leg, but he's going to open with a triple 16. Now playing it real safe, going for 2 single 15s. So good effective shot there from Dan Burke.
Yeah, really showing the power of that first dart triple on just what that can do to your shot selection. So shaping up for that leg 3. Needs a double if he wants to finish it here.
Fortunately for Dan, Brandon still doesn't have a 3-dart finish.
Brandon throwing those darts like it's over.
I'd say the safe money is that it is, but still got to make them earn it.
I think you see the sarcastic looking for a reaction from Brandon on that fist pump. Dan going to get us started here with the diddle. does win the cork and will get us started. Three really good looking darts. Only a 5 mark. But an important open here in this third and deciding leg. Dan Burke with 4 of his own here in Kissimmee, Florida for the Bull Shooter Regional 2021-2022 Bull Shooter Tour.
Brandon, great first start there, putting in 60 points. Going to reevaluate. It's like he may be looking down. Takes a stab at the 19 and goes back up for another 20 points. So a good commanding lead here for Brandon early on.
Yeah, not a lot of options here for Dan. Needs to just find that 19 and pound it, and only finds 2. So Mosley really with an opportunity here to put one of the first 2 or 3 nails in Dan Burke's coffin.
I'll make sure he takes away that 19 and puts in another 20.
The power close.
Power close. Tripped it when he only needed a single.
Now, both of these players have hit 9 marks, so certainly a possibility.
Dan feeling like he got robbed there.
Yeah,
I think triple 20.
I think Dan thought he got that one, but only registered as a 20. So, big lead stays with Brandon.
And I was clearly wrong about this third leg being more adrenaline fueled. These two still chatting it up.
Oh, there we got a little. Felt more like a legitimate fist pump there. Dan needs to find those trebles.
Yeah, Brandon up by 123 points. In a great position now. If he could just stay straight, force Dan to have to throw triples.
Not a bad follow there. But does give Dan an opportunity to tee off on the same target. But Dan just not up for it. I see a wry smile there as that third one comes out of his hand, does find the target, but kind of damage done. May see a bull. I'm going to call that an attempt at a bull. Trying to give himself a shot at the close on his next visit.
And a very poor turn there for Dan. So Brandon now even more in control this leg.
Dan, trying to make it look interesting.
Yeah, running out of real estate, but 7 marks on the 16s will certainly get you back into it on the 13-inch board.
Yeah, again, gonna need some help. Wisely, Brandon snags a 20. It would have been very easy for him to chuck another one at the 15 there. See if Dan senses the opportunity.
Dan electing to take away that 20 and try to stop the bleeding, but what he does is make sure that Brandon throws at his 15s. Dan does have a 3-dart finish here. He's going to need 3 double bulls. Or else Brandon will come back only needing 2 bullseyes to take the leg and the match.
So nothing has felt like a gimme here.
Really all day. I mean, in no match have we seen has there been just the simple answer.
Yeah, no, I mean we've seen obviously 2-leg whitewashes, but how they got there was never easy. So now 4 bullseyes for Dan.
Certainly a doable shot. He puts all 3 of them in the bullseye. He will be confident that one of them will be in the double.
Shot coming in. And you see Brandon back there, I think, using a little bit of the voodoo there on the 3rd dart. Now 1 coming in. And there it is. Brandon Mosley, your winner in this 3-leg losers bracket match in the pro singles down here in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm Gordon Dixon, joined by DJ Sayer, and we are going to have another match up for you next. So please like and share.
Looks like we're going to get the king seat match.
Oh, yep. We see Brandon Asado walking in here, going to take on Seth Mara, the Dart Slayer, for our king seat. We'll let those two warm up and be back with you as that action starts. Stick around. And we're back in Kissimmee, Florida, getting ready to watch Seth Marrow take on.
So Seth will have the start here in leg number 1. It is still 2 out of 3. Loser starts. Winner of this match will have to be double dipped to be denied the title. So a very important match is this one.
Yeah, really validating your hard work up until now by sealing the deal here in the king seat match. We see a big 7 mark open there from Seth.
We've seen both of these players already so far. Has to be said, Seth winning his match against Brandon Mosley pretty comfortably, whereas Brandon Asado barely squeaking by against Ian Hansen. A couple of singles one way or the other, and Ian could have locked up that first leg and the match.
Yeah, so far Seth looking dangerous on that 20. Not a bad number to have a triple in your back pocket for.
Especially when you can cork well and earn the right to go first.
Seth heard me and said, I can hit other triples too.
Brandon gonna tell you not to leave him out. He puts in a triple 18.
Yeah, nice smooth darts here from Seth. Early doors in this king seat match. Keeping the pressure on Brandon to hit those triples to come from behind.
We've got the battle of the Slayer versus the Assassin. Who you got?
As it stands, the Slayer. But the Assassin can be sneaky. As we see a third dart, sneaky treble 16 there. And Seth really just taking advantage of that big opening. See him throwing his head back, but able to just kind of single his way down the rest of the board. So just to keep everybody updated, over on the other side of the bracket, we just saw Brandon beat Dan Burke. And in that same loser takes 7/8, Jesse Gore able to beat Chris Cherry. So he will now take on Dustin Holt. And Brandon Mosley earning the opportunity to take on Ian Hansen in the top of the losers bracket. So everyone now in the money here in Kissimmee, Florida.
Seth putting in another big 7 mark. Really putting a stranglehold on this leg. Brandon not liking the lie. Try to find room to hit that bull. You almost wonder if it's that bad, why not just take a stab at the triple 20? But he does manage to find a single.
Yeah, did he not like the lie, or was he frustrated with that bounce out register in a 1?
Well, he slid 2 or 3 feet to the left. Completely irrelevant. Seth Miro going to take leg number 1, averaging exactly a 4 mark a turn. Very solid darts there for Seth.
Very solid, and must be said. I mean, never really pressured there. So Brandon gonna have to knock Seth out of his comfort zone here as he gets started in the second leg.
Yeah, and Seth really looking G'd up. He's ready to go here.
Yeah, big last start there. So off and running for both of these players. Brandon protecting that 20. Seth gonna find 5 of his own. So I think that's a little bit of a forced error here. Brandon's feeling the kind of continual pressure from Seth.
Yeah, if you're Brandon, you can't expect Seth to miss at this point. I mean, we're a leg and a bit into it, and Seth is consistently putting in at least a triple a turn.
Yeah, and a nice aggressive dart there at the end to take that 20 away. Move Brandon on to the smaller number now.
Ooh, unlucky there for Seth. He's going to play a little aggressive, stays on it, only going to come away with 2 singles. So an opportunity now for Brandon to get back in this leg. But he's only going to hit 1 mark.
Again, feeling like forced errors, knowing he's got to come from behind here. One-way traffic so far in this king seat match. Nice straight darts there from Seth.
Good shot from Brandon, trying to pull his way back into it. Still a 1-point lead for Seth. Looking like he's wanting to increase that.
Good last there from Brandon. The triple pressure is definitely on Brandon, but outscoring Seth over the last couple of turns. Seth finally finding another trouble, but 4 16s would give Brandon a shot at that 19. Not going to happen now. See if Seth goes back to protecting or if he goes straight at that 16.
Big third there from Seth. Taking a 95-point lead. So Brandon's going to need 6 16s if he wants to retake the point lead. Oh, a bit unlucky with that third dart as he's only going to be given 5.
Yeah, you saw the face there in the camera. He thought that was a trouble as well.
Well, by the way it bounced off the back of the other dart, I would have expected it to give him a triple as well.
Again, a very important third dart treble from Seth. Just keeping Brandon at arm's length here. Very conventional cricket from both of these players. You finally see the big crack of both the corners there from Seth Morrow.
Yeah, really putting a stranglehold on this leg. Seth looking very likely to take the king seat 2-0. Only needing 3 bulls coming to the board.
So it doesn't do it, but really going to need a lot from Brandon here to do anything as far as pressurizing the shot of Seth when he returns.
Brandon not liking his first dart. It's not looking too promising. Even a double bull will not be able to take the point lead. He moves way off camera. So Seth Mio now for 1 bull. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for Seth. 2-0 win, taking the king seat. Honestly, I don't know that we if Seth has even lost a leg today, as he's been on our feed twice and won both matches 2 straight.
Yeah, and commanding form. We said earlier that we haven't really seen a straightforward finish, but I think there was 2 fine examples of wire to wire. Seth really bullying that match. Be interesting to see if Brandon can come back through that losers bracket. Again, we don't know which match we may get. Brandon and Ian or Jesse and Dustin both may have started at this point. So we may get the matchup between those two, but we will be back live with you as soon as we have another pro men's singles on the 13-inch board down in Kissimmee, Florida. initial cork, so he will get us started in the loser takes fourth. So winner of this will take on Brandon Asado, who we saw lose in that king seat match with Seth Marrow. So we are getting down to it in Kissimmee, Florida.
So Brandon Mosley coming off a 5th-6 match against Ian Hansen, and Jesse Gore coming off of a 5th-6 match against Dustin Holt. So those are your two 5th/6th place finishers, and these two are battling for loser takes fourth. So far, neither player able to find a triple.
Now, we have seen both of these players, Brandon actually, a couple of times. And just from the matches that we've seen, I would tip Jesse in this one on the day. But Brandon, one of the only players that we have seen hit a 9 mark. So certainly has the firepower to turn any leg around.
Yeah, I mean, if I were setting the odds, I'd make this one pretty close to evens, but I would agree with you. Of what we've seen, I think Jesse was a little bit more consistent with the big shots. He was never really under any kind of pressure in the match we saw him play. But certainly Brandon capable of putting in the big shots and taking this leg, the match, as well as the event. I mean, he definitely has it in him. Both these players do. Bit of a slow start here as both players only averaging a 2.75.
Yeah, I think both players playing very conventional cricket at this point. Not really in a position where they feel comfortable taking a shot. But right on cue, Brandon finding the first big treble. We see him take that 19 away and move this cricket leg along.
Jesse gonna have to get something going here. Down 2 numbers and 51 points. Looking up at those 18s. Does find a triple with the third dart for 5 mark. Closing 36 scored.
Yeah, still not seeing the big scores that we've seen from both of these players throughout the couple of matches we've seen them today. Brandon straight into that treble 18, so options after a first start treble.
Big third there from Brandon. Really securing his point lead on those 20s. Oh, and Jesse kind of with a throwaway third dart there. Almost as if he's resigned this leg.
Yeah, after really a lackluster start, Brandon started to kick in, and Jesse just not able to find anything to fight back with. Small opening, still going to take a lot of work here from Jesse. Not what he needed. So 115 and 3 bullseyes for Brandon Mosley to take this first leg. Again, greatly appreciate everybody joining us as we watch this 13-inch board. Pro singles down in Kissimmee, Florida. Some practice 20s there for Jesse.
Brandon will clean up leg number 1. Take a 1-0 advantage. This is first 2 out of 3. And loser starts. So Jesse will have the right to go first here in leg number 2. Oh, needs to find a triple now. And he does. Big third dart there from Jesse Gore.
Yeah, I think Brandon kind of acknowledging a bit of a save there. Just 3 fats there from Jesse. Not the best defense of those 20s, but see Brandon straight into the treble. Twice. Could be our third 9 mark of the day. See that third dart knocked aloof. Only going to come away with 6.
Ooh, but it was enough from Brandon to put Jesse off. So Brandon now a 52-point lead. Will look to shut down these 20s.
Yeah, up a leg. I was surprised he stayed with all 3 on the last turn. But certainly job done. Single 20 here. Makes him the driver of this second leg. Jesse pulls the ripcord on the 18 down to the 17 for only a 2 mark. So Brandon Mosley really having it all his way here.
Just need to stay straight. Good second dart there. And decide what he wants to do. Honestly, with this good of a lead, shouldn't be any question about it. Go at the 18.
Yeah, resets, just fires into that 1 just high on that 18. Jesse needs to find triples and find them often. does find one there. Brandon, though, not mucking about, straight into the treble 18. So again,
with a nod of approval.
yes. First dart giving him options. And another big 7 mark.
And we talked about it the last time we saw Brandon against Dan Burke. We didn't really see this level of moxie from him. And there with a bit of snarl after the big 7 mark. This is the type of Brandon Mosley I was expecting to see all day, really.
Well, just the amount of concentration.
Yes.
I mean, we certainly didn't see the bravado, but we didn't see the concentration that kind of requires that kind of attitude. And here we are, taking steps back before big darts, regardless of the lead, staying straight, staying down, kind of into that form. And unfortunately, just wire to wire, taking this match from Jesse.
Jesse not rolling over as he puts in 4 bulls, but more than likely not enough, as Brandon Mosley's only going to need 3. Bit of salt in the wound there from Brandon, piling in 57 points with his 3rd dart.
See the frustration there from Jesse. His first 2 darts go high on that bullseye. And now some frustration from Brandon.
Wow, and Brandon really slipping up on the bullseyes here. What you don't want to do in these positions is just let your opponent hang around long enough that they are able to put in a big shot. Brandon really needs to get this done right here now.
Yeah, does not want to let Jesse continue to straighten up on that bullseye. Just taking the foot way off the pedal here. Jesse now going to be able to pressure here with 2 bullseyes. Gets 3. So now needs a treble before those 2 bullseyes. Maybe this will kick him back into gear. Gonna give him the shot.
Yeah, with a leg to give, tried to take away the bullseyes.
I mean, not really much in Jesse's game to say that was a danger, but I don't know about the position to give that either, because you just further put yourself into danger. The 3 mark does give him the lead, so no game shot for Jesse on this turn. Should stay on the bullseye. Another roll of the eyes. I think Jesse told the cat to stop playing with him.
But once again, Brandon's going to need 3 marks to get the point lead, as well as 1 bullseye. First art triple. Gives him 2 clear for 1 bull. And there it is. So your 4th place finisher, Jesse Gore, moving on to battle against Brandon Asado for the loser takes 3rd place match, will be Brandon Mosley. A 2-0 victory there for Brandon. So not the way that we anticipated that match going.
Not at all. Not at all.
I expected at least a real battle there.
Looks like Jesse honestly just didn't look like he had anything in the tank.
No, and Brandon kind of caught some heat there in the first leg, and that was really all she needed. Looks like Brandon's ready to go. We'll see if, Brandon Asado is ready to go. We'll see if Mosley is equally as ready, or if he's going to take a quick break, having just got done.
Yeah, couldn't blame him either way.
In the meantime, we do have the 3rd place match coming up here. If you would, please go ahead and hit that like and share. We're down to the meat and bones of the event here in our pro singles. We'll let your friends know. I'm assuming Brandon is trying to get his back popped, but I do not think I would let anyone do that to me right before I play.
Looks like we've also got some finishers here getting a picture.
In front of the lovely bull shooter banner.
One of our fearless leaders, LJ.
Larry.
Behind the camera there. So we are going to have some warm-up darts. In the meantime, as DJ said, please like and share. Give us some feedback in those comments. So glad to have you with us.
Tell us who you got. Who you think's going to take this one, Mosley or Asado?
Mosley and Asado exchanging back-cracking stories.
The best technique.
Also, in the meantime, head over to Spider 360 for all of your latest and greatest in bull shooter apparel and swag. Got some great jerseys, some pint glasses. Even if your footsies get cold, we got some socks from Bull Shooter over there at spider360.com. We continue to watch these two third place players warm up here, each trying to earn a spot back to take on Seth Morrow in our finals down here in Kissimmee, Florida. All right, looks like they might be setting up here for a diddle. Looks like Brandon's going to show us one first. In this third place match. Go Browns. Was that live?
All right. So once again, best 2 out of 3. Mosley at the board. And he plays it real safe after blocking the triple with the first 2. Finds a double to close and score.
Followed by an opening from Brandon Asado. Power close on the 19. So after 9 darts, 6 of them Brandon Mosley's, you have a commanding lead.
Not for long. Asado puts in 7 18s, taking a 14-point advantage.
How quickly 3 darts can change this game.
Brandon Asado wanting to level the number of playgrounds takes away that 19.
It's a good couple of turns. Kind of a forced error there. Mosley only going to find a single. Brandon going to return the favor. Put that driver's seat back in Brandon Mosley's hands. I promise I'll figure out how to say just last names here shortly. So some early fireworks, and now not much of anything. And right on cue, though, Asado finds the treble 18.
Good third there from Brandon. Finds a pathway and sticks the triple 20. We see this a lot where if one player's off, it seems like both players are off. If one player fires good, then both players play well.
Yeah, Sunday darts. I mean, given the attendance from yesterday, I'm sure it was a late night for everyone. So we may be seeing the ramifications of that, where it just takes a little bit more to kind of spur some of these players into action. But you're exactly right. What we've seen is a lot of parity, or I guess players getting what they give as far as standard is concerned. Great last there from Brandon. Again, wrestle this point lead back.
Mosley once again finding a triple on a bounce out. There's two triple 20s. Oh, and just barely missing that triple 18 to shut her down. But a big 7 mark will swing the momentum in his favor.
Brandon really wishing that first dart would be that triple, so that he could have some options to take on that 20. I'm sure.
Mosley gonna elect to shut down the 18s. Finds a double with his second dart.
A lot of chatty players today too.
Well, and I think that one was unsolicited, but it's been mostly in Mosley's matches.
So Mosley with a slight point lead does have control of the 20 at this point. Should be said, a slip up on these 17s could turn this leg. Still, I don't know if that was the position to just throw the 3 straight.
Sato gonna elect to close, down 16 points. So Brandon Asado basically wished for a miss, and Mosley obliged, only finding 216. But Asado returns the favor. Only half that for him.
And there's the big nail in the coffin here for this first leg. Mosley closing down the corners and finding the double bull to really take this leg, put it in a headlock. I wasn't going to say this, but we have seen mostly struggle. He does find it on the third dart. But we did see a couple of blank turns on that bullseye in the match earlier against Dan Burke.
So Asado will have to start in leg number 2, a must-win leg.
Always a tough position for the loser of that king seat match, being in a position to be in that king seat and potentially fall all the way to third. Mosley going to ask Asado's opinion where he should throw it.
Asado not going to punish. So who's going to have the first big shot of this leg? I feel like we need a little bit of a spark plug here to get the players going. Either player really taking advantage of the other player's misses.
Yeah, Mosley right now only averaging 2 marks a turn. Starts with a treble. So options on this turn. Does not follow. So essentially 3 marks.
Would really like to see Mosley take 1 dart at that 20 at some point during this turn. Well, he's not going to be afforded the opportunities. He misses with the first 2. The third there from Asado.
Yeah, and a really kind of poor chippy leg. Sato looking to tie this up and take us to a decider. Mosley kind of throwing around the board, trying to find something.
Sato looking nice and relaxed now. No pressure in this leg. This one's all but tied up at 1 leg apiece.
So 3 bulls here from Asado to take us into a deciding leg. It's not going to happen here. Probably will stay there. Does find a bullseye. Not a lot of danger. It's Mosley way back.
This for Mosley, a warm-up for the impending cork.
Yeah, straight into that double for Asado. So again, lackluster second leg. We're going to get a cork. See who's going to start in the third. This is a third place match in the pro singles down in Kissimmee, Florida at the Bull Shooter Regional.
But once again, Brandon Asado will have the start. He made good work of it in the last leg.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure from Mosley. Would not count on that here again. But Asado straight into that treble. You see the nod from Mosley straight away. No banter exchange on the first 3.
Good third for Mosley, but Asado still has the lead coming to the board for round 2. Oh, and he's going to put in a big 7 mark. Shutting that 19 down, closing 17 and extending his point lead by 17. Now both players are in the match. Mosley following with 5-18s.
Watching the facial expressions of Mosley as Asado's darts on that occasion missed the mark. So small opening here. Pressure applied.
Yeah, Brandon Asado now with some work to do. Has to have 2 20s for the point lead. Mosley going to step back and reset, waiting for the board to change.
Stays on that 18, following the treble. Brandon with a very hot start. So 2-number lead. But battling back, trying to get that point lead, just not happening. Mosley staying more consistent and finding that 18.
Looking to advantage Mosley now. Asado's going to need a big shot here. At least 5 20s to take the lead. Asado trying to find a lane. Slides to the right. Finds another single. And another. So only 3 singles there for Brandon. Mosley come to the board with a 24-point lead. Only needing 220s to shut it down.
Yeah, probably should see that 20 go away on this turn. Again, just don't want to see Brandon with the opportunity to tee off or continue to tee off. And again, we see a frustrating dart shot up at that double. You see Brandon throw his hands up.
Mosley only going to come away with 1 mark, back-to-back 1 marks for Mosley. After really working himself into a lead. There's a big 9 mark from Brandon Asado, putting in a 180.
Yeah, really taking a stranglehold on this leg now. Maybe
As we said,
briefly.
big shots merit big shots.
There's too much shoulder in that last dart.
Good third there from Brandon to shut it down. So Mosley's going to have to find himself a new number, relegated to the 15s, 16s, or bullseyes. Here comes Mosley, taking his time with every dart. Does manage to find a pile of 16s, closing and scoring 48 for a 2-point advantage.
Followed by 3 fats from Asado. Oh, 2 darts high into the treble 8.
Just lacking the consistency required to stay competitive in this leg.
Yeah, Asado really only doing work in a couple of spurts. And here's another one.
One of those spurts.
Here's probably the final one. It's a big shot there from Asado. Mosley
turns around to see what the board looks like, realizing that it's probably over for him.
Gonna need to find those bulls early and often. Only 3 here. So 3 needed from Brandon Asado. Mostly going to wish him good luck on it.
Once again, we see the player with the lead struggling to close out the leg.
Yeah, best Mosley can look to do here is put on pressure. That's a good start. That's about it. So single bullseye here from Asado to wrap this up, to set up a rematch with Seth Merrow in the finals of the 13-inch board down in Kissimmee, Florida. Both players exchanging the niceties there at the very end. Chippy match, win all the way, 1-1 with a third leg decider, won by Brandon Asado. So stick around. Finals of that 13-inch board as we see Seth Merrow coming to focus there. We will be back with that finals match soon. Stick around. But a start is a start is a start. So Brandon Asado will get us started in this finals match, taking on Seth Marrow again. Seth does hold the king seat, so Brandon will have to defeat him twice.
Yeah, this is a rematch of the king seat match where Seth, I mean, it has to be said, won fairly easy, 2 straight.
Yeah, Seth, the last time just kind of running down the board and taking it out. Had an opportunity there to really take the driver's seat here in the first leg straight away.
And here comes Seth Miro once again, putting in 719s.
Yeah, not taking advantage on the first one and kind of making his own luck here on his second turn. Gonna need to keep it up though. Brandon Asado has got to shoot that 20 quite a bit over his 3 legs with Mosley.
Sato going to like to stay on those 20s with a marginal point lead. Miro finally looking up. Does take away that 20, only trailing by 11 points. So imagine that Asato's going to look at the 18s first here. Well, and he looks there with all 3. Surprised he didn't take a stab at that 19 with the third dart.
Looks like he's going to get away with it, though. Seth does find the trouble with the last dart. But yeah, the way Seth's been hitting that treble 19 might have been well to do to try to take it away from him.
Seth with a lack turn there.
Yeah, just no conviction on that one. On the third dart, looked like he thought he was just going to chuck it in the 19. And a big shot from Asado forces him to find the 19s this time.
And only a 1 mark on that one.
Yeah, blank
now,
1.
The script is flipped. Sato now with control of the leg. And you see Miro with his head down in the background. See if he can have a short-term memory.
Yeah, really haven't seen, and we talked about this earlier, really haven't seen just how much pressure Seth can handle, and he did just fine.
Yeah, and I mean, it's to his credit. He's honestly played so well in his earlier matches that we've seen that he hasn't been under pressure in a leg yet. This is the closest one we've seen so far.
And this is another one of those decision spots that we haven't seen what he's going to do. Is he going to try to stay straight or take that 16? I think wisely over to the 16 and does a good job, finds 4 of them. So some questions being answered that honestly haven't been asked of Seth thus far today.
The pace of this game, very good. Both players right to the board, ready to throw.
Yeah, nothing too crazy in the averages, but around that 3.5, which we started off the broadcast talking about. probably what we would see throughout the day. 3 mark followed by 2 marks. So Seth now, open opportunity.
Oh, when he misses the second dart, denying himself chance of the 18 with the point lead.
Again, if you're just joining us, this is the finals match. Seth Merrow at the board now does hold the king seat. Will need to be beaten twice. That's 2 out of 3 by Brandon Asado, who we see coming up next here.
Given the way Seth is playing, it's going to be a tough challenge to beat him 4 out of 6 legs. Looks like Brandon's last dart didn't register, so he'll have to tap that one.
Seeing more and more frustration from Seth. Again, just not asked a bunch of questions so far. Had it fairly easy from what we've seen on the stream, including a match with Brandon Asado. I can tell he wanted that one. Battle continues, 16s against 18s.
Good third there from Brandon to take a 43-point advantage. Seth gonna have to answer. Oh, unlucky with the second dart. And the third. Bounce out, not giving him the triple.
So it was a clean shot for Asado. Only going to walk away with a single 18. And because of the trading of these 1s and 3s and sometimes 4s, we see those averages continue to dwindle a bit. And another blank from Seth.
Brandon gonna make him pay this time as he puts in a 5 mark, scoring 54 and 2 16s. The frustration really starting to build inside of Seth. This is
Yeah,
a side of Seth we haven't seen yet today.
yeah. Early doors, he was answering the questions, but as this match continues, some more questions continue to be asked with not such good answers from Seth.
That looked much more settled. Nice and smooth 5 mark there from Seth.
Yeah, sometimes a switch of the targets. I mean, obviously, you don't like to lose that bigger 16 number, but sometimes a refocus by needing to throw at a different target um, can do that. It looks like that may be the case here. Again, head goes back as
But
that
he took
dart
a
does go
stab.
wide.
He tried to take away that 18, down by 1. Wanting to stop the bleeding right there. And based on the shot from Brandon, it looked like the smart decision as he puts in 126 points.
Yeah, big shot. He's finding some troubles of his own over there on the 15, but clear shot here from Asado. Take that 15 away and move into the bullseyes.
This is leg number 1 if you're just joining us of the final. Brandon looking to close it out, and he does. Power closing the bull. Leg number 1 to Brandon Asado. He is 1/6 of the way there. Or excuse me, 1/4 of the way there out of 6.
So after seeing his first lost leg, not saying that it is his first of the day, certainly the first on the stream. We see him follow with an open of 2 marks.
Brandon looks like he's got a bit of rhythm about him.
Yeah, good last there. Brandon needed to protect that 20. A good final dart. Job done in terms of taking that point lead back. And those 2 marks on the 20 from the poor open. Actually doing a bit to save him.
Seth's able to find a triple. Will surely take a stab at the 20. But he took one after a single. Still drops down and finds the triple 19. Bit unorthodox there for Seth, but I like him actually taking the stab.
So down 69, going to need 4 19s before he takes that shot again. There's 3 of them. There's 6 of them. And there's a big power close on the 20. Nice. Essentially 7 marks, but all 3 darts into the trebles.
Brandon unfazed though. Going to follow on the 18. Has 4 with 2. Trying to find a pathway to the triple. Moving way right. Does manage a single, but not enough for the lead. Now both players averaging exactly 4 marks a turn. So a quality contest here in the final.
Three quick 18s there from Masato. Looked to be a bit unlucky there from Seth again. And again, a third dart treble rescues the turn.
Seth finally managing to find the single 18 to shut it down with a 16-point lead.
And I like that from Brandon, too. Taking a whack over at that 19. Up a point, up a leg. Needs to double dip. See a little bit of that aggression. That body language turning from frustration to aggression, I think, from Seth now. We saw this earlier from Brandon, moving to that bullseye, following the 17s.
Seth not going to follow him to the bull with an X on it. Instead, going to put in 5 16s, close and score 32, taking a 50-point advantage. Very tight leg this, as both players are tied at 469 and both have 1 playground.
Brandon only going to find a single bullseye, so could be a clear shot at the bull here from Seth to take pretty good lead in this second leg. 15 to close it out, 16 to score.
Elects not to go for the game.
Yeah, I don't understand that shot selection. So game shot available for Brandon. Oh, and just on the wire.
Really coming down to the wire here. Brandon needs 2 15s for the point lead and 2 16s to shut it out. There's the 2
see
15s.
Another dart at the game.
Oh, he didn't even go for the 16.
Oh,
What?
A bit of folly here at the end of this match.
Oh, and Seth only needed 3 singles. Instead comes away with a 1 mark, leaving Brandon with a 3 single shot. So both players tripping over the last hurdle. Who can regain their composure first?
It's not Asado. Three single finish. and he still does not stay on the shot. So 5-mark finish now available for Brandon Asado, starting with a treble 15 to take the point lead. There it is.
Oh, and a miss with the third.
Just chucks him. So again, a 3-mark close available for Seth Merrow.
Brandon threw that third one like it was on fire. Old hot potato with the dart. Couldn't get it out of his hand quick enough. But will Seth regain his composure here? Going into 15s first. So 1 dart. And he hits the double 15 for the
wow.
win. An amazing finish to, I mean, such a great leg for 90% of it, and then neither player could get over the hurdle. Oh, so we are all knotted up at 1 leg apiece, and we will cork to see who goes first in leg number 3.
Yeah. So, Brandon with the start in the deciding leg, playing for his tournament life. A win will send us to the double dip opportunity. A loss will crown Seth Merrow, our 13-inch board singles cricket champion here in Kissimmee, Florida.
Only 2 marks there for Brandon.
So straight away an opening, something that Brandon generally has been very good at. We may see a return to that bullying ways as Seth is able to find a 5 mark.
Yes, we know that Seth is a very good front runner. We've seen it all day. In that last leg, we've seen him battle back from being down. But yeah, just a different question of finishing the job. Both players kind of passing it back and forth in that last one, but here we go. Seth, back-to-back 5 marks to open the leg, following the 2 marks of Brandon Asado. It's looking like one-way traffic here.
Yeah, 2-2-1, the 3 turns from Brandon. And 5-5. 5 from Seth Merrow.
Seth did not come here to lose, ladies and gentlemen.
No, honestly, I'm sure in his head he's like, where in the heck was this in the first leg? And he kind of got away with it in the second leg, and just had no interest whatsoever in relinquishing.
It's crazy to say, but I really feel like that second leg might have determined the winner of this entire event. I think if Brandon Asado takes that one 2 straight, Seth might have been in his own head about giving it up. But instead, because Seth was able to get through, I think the opposite effect has happened, and now Brandon Asado can't get out of his own way.
Well, it's tough to say anything different than that, honestly, because Seth has really kicked in here and started being the Seth Merrow that we've seen all day. A double bull away now. He's going to reset. Would not be surprised at all if this went in. Kind of cap this great singles win. Just high, though. No danger. Again, if you are just joining us, this is the final of the Pro Cricket on the 13-inch board here at the Florida Regional. Seth Merrow is 2 darts away.
There's 1 and 2. So your Pro Cricket Singles champion, Seth Merrow. Your runner-up, Brandon Asado. Very nice hug there from the two. Lots of camaraderie, good sportsmanship. A well played match, honestly, by both of them. Up until that third leg, especially for Brandon, but Seth, certainly the form player throughout the day from what we saw, and he takes home the title.
Yeah, congratulations. We are going to be looking for some additional matches. I think we're going to try to bring you the uh, doubles, the women's doubles final, in addition to some of the mixed doubles throughout the rest of the afternoon. So don't go anywhere. This is
Actually, I think we're gonna refresh the stream, so be
oh,
paying attention to your notifications and see when we go live again. It should be very soon. Don't go away. Stay on the page. It'll be right back.
good catch, DJ. Thank you. Stick around, or when that stream comes back up, join us again. Thanks.